Seeing what you want to see only lasts until you break the delusion. This video is for people who find themselves repeating situations in life, those who continue to end up in relationships with people who are not who they say they are, those who continuously make excuses for the bad behavior of others. This is the Daily Dose of Dawn at Dawn, videos designed to expand your thinking. So why do we want to think about this? Because opening up our perspective to be aware of the ways we can be manipulated, intentionally or unintentionally, helps us not be manipulated anymore. Learning the tools to help identify and notice manipulation is a skill. Welcome in to my daily dosers to this conversation about manipulation. The title of the video is actually a line in a poem I wrote a long time ago, Post Meditation Musing on Love. It goes, seeing what you want to see lasts until something breaks your delusion. But is it a delusion? Don't you create your own reality? My feelings are as real as I. So if I loved him then, it means that love was true, even if the him I thought I loved was not really him. It was who he tried to project himself to be with his words and just never quite got there with his actions. Yet, despite that, to love a lie negates not the love. And what that translates to is people are often pretending to be the person they aim to be instead of being authentically who they are in the moment. So, what kind of things break delusions? In order to break it, you have to see it. And one strategy that helps me with this is repeating the phrase, don't tell me, show me. And this is for any kind of relationship. Being sleepy can make me miss things. So I have to create these little rules for myself to help me maintain my standards. Well, maybe you don't. I certainly don't have to do all this work in the relationships in my life anymore. And that's because I taught myself discernment along the way. You see, I used to think the problem was that I was too trusting. But really, the problem was I wasn't discerning enough with what I was trusting. So, how do you improve your discernment? You don't believe everything a person says. You don't take people only at their word. You also watch what they do. And if what they do doesn't match what they say, their character is out of alignment. So going back to the 4 stages of learning, if we're going to improve our discernment, we're going to notice that we're too trusting. And then we're going to identify what areas are we too trusting in that create negative consequences for us, like getting fooled, being taken advantage of, those sort of things. In those areas, you'll look for little workarounds, little strategies that will help you make it different. So to hone your discernment, things like going slower in any kind of relationship, listening more, staying detached longer. And then each time you add on a skill, you practice it, it produces success, you add it to your little mental health toolkit. And then the next time you're faced with it, you are more equipped to know what to do. So you know what to do, and then it happens, and then you implement, and then eventually it becomes automatic for you. And you don't have to have all these rules and standards and checklists and Excel spreadsheets to figure out what to do. But in the beginning, when you're learning, you do have to notice and identify strategies and practice those strategies and become a different person who is automatically discerning and doesn't need to go through hoops to do that.